Hello, Bret Primack, Jazz Video Guy. A new feature here on the Jazz Video Guy channel, something I call comments, where I'll be reading and responding to some of the comments you've left for the videos that I post here on Jazz Video Guy. I'm recording the show right now, but maybe in a few months, when things ease up a bit for me, I'll take it live. But for now, I'm working on a couple of other projects and other things happening in my life, so I can't really do a live show at the moment. But I hope you'll enjoy it. So last week I posted a video, actually a couple of videos celebrating Wayne Shorter's 88th birthday. And these were videos from a session he did back in the 90s. One of these all-star sessions with Michelle Petrucciani and Stanley Clarke on bass and Lenny White on drums, and I think a couple of other keyboard players, Pete Levin and Gil Goldstein. Posted a couple of tracks. And interestingly, the track that seems to be getting the most response is Summertime, the great George Gershwin standard. What's interesting here is the differences in how people respond to this. For example, sometimes viewers leave their full names, other times they don't. So those who do leave your names, I thank you for that. Some people on the web like to hide behind the cloak of anonymity, but it's up to you. So Stephen Hall responded to the Summertime video. He says, Wayne is a great saxophonist, but this just does not have the feel or vibe of Gershwin's Summertime. The sound of a black choir in South Carolina on a hot Sunday afternoon. But in the end, they succeeded in butchering it. Sometimes simple is better. Well, let's see here. There's another perspective. Someone else says a little bit more positive. Jake Chastain, it's an okay performance, nothing special. David Reif, hope I'm pronouncing your name right, says, agree, Sko and Matheny do a duo of this that kills. But Call Me Jeff Bob says, thanks, this is really great. Summertime has been reinterpreted so many ways over the years, but this is a really unique take. I just ordered a DVD of the show. One man's Albert Eiler is another man's Kenny G. I should say woman as well. Most of the viewers on my channel are men. I'll get into that some other time. But it just goes to show people hear things very differently. I appreciate people expressing themselves. I think that's a great thing. I posted after Roy Hargrove passed a video of one of his performances. Roy, for my money, was one of the great trumpet players in the line of Clifford Brown, Lee Morgan, Freddie Hubbard, Woody Shaw. Those kind of trumpet players don't come along very often. We have some great trumpet players around today, but Roy, for my money, one of the last of the great ones. Hopefully there'll be more. Tommy Stafford says, gone too soon. I'm sure there was more to come. You will be missed. Yes, Roy died a little too young. And for that, I am sorry. We can't change that, though. We never know what's going to happen in this life. Those of us who have endured health crises, those of us who have endured life and death health crises, know that we are not always in control. The only thing we can try to control is how we respond. I have a track on my channel featuring Paul Gonzalves and Duke Ellington, just a duo, the two of them, late in Duke's career. And Paul, for those of you who don't know, Paul Gonzalves, a student, so to speak, of Ben Webster, Ben Webster played with Duke Ellington back in the 40s. Paul Gonzalves came along in the 50s. He was in the band just about until the end. Of course, came to fame with his 27-chorus crescendo and decrescendo solo live at the Newport Jazz Festival with the Ellington Band. Paul Laurendeau says, "This so-and-so plays just like Ben," parentheses Ellington. Yeah, that was a great performance. Check that out. I posted, speaking of big bands, I posted a track last week from an incredible performance by the Count Basie Band in 1965 when Rufus Jones was the drummer. Rufus Jones, an unsung hero in my book, was one of the great big band drummers. He did play with Count Basie, Duke Ellington, Maynard Ferguson. Sadly, his career was cut short because of a hand injury. But he's heard quite well on recordings, not that many video performances. Timothy Beddoe says of the performance that I have titled Rufus Jones Lives, Big Band Drummer, terrific. Great to see those Slingerland drums, too. My first kit was Slingerland, Mother of Pearl, Acmo Marine, 1961. I was 10 years old. Best drums ever. Yeah, a lot of musicians on this channel. Several years ago, I was working on some videos with the Yellow Jackets, and I stopped by Russ Ferrante's house. We did a video together where he talked about creating harmony by stacking chords. Sertak Akiz, I suspect that might be a Turkish name, said, "You made my day again, Russ. Thanks for being such an inspiration." Russ is a wonderful man, a great teacher, and a great player. I enjoyed working with him on that video, and many people have seen it and gotten something from it. Happy about that. Cecil Taylor. I have some stuff by Cecil Taylor on my channel with Sam Rivers, a performance from Paris in the 60s. Saba Setspetria. I don't know how to pronounce the name. My apologies. Some Eastern European name. His only comment is big with an exclamation point. Yeah, that's a good way to describe that music. As those of you who are regular viewers on my channel know, Mulgrew Miller is one of my favorites. I was fortunate to know Mulgrew. Again, someone who left us much, much too soon. I posted a trio performance of If I Should Lose You. Imani Hakima says, brilliant performance. I love Mulgrew's playing, and he's got a great bassist and drummer taking care of business here. Yeah, for sure. For sure. Here's another comment on the Rufus Jones video from James Seabury. And one mic over the drum kit. It still sounds magnificent. Please check this out if you want to hear an incredible drum solo. Let's see here. We got some other stuff here. Oh, another comment about Wayne Shorter playing Summertime. Bob Blues, who I think is Bob Rockwell. I'm pretty sure it's Bob. Yeah, it's Bob Rockwell, who is somewhere in Europe now. He used to be a tenor player in New York. I met Bob when he was playing with the Thad Jones Band back in the late 70s. He said, "Is this from Dave Sanborn's night music show? The set looks the same. This is great. Thanks, Bret. Hope you were good." Well, thanks, Bob. I hope you were good. Before I had a chance to respond, Call Me Jeff Bob said, "No, this is not from night music. However, it was filmed at Chelsea Studios, where night music, a.k.a. Sunday night TV show, is filmed. This lacks the messy look, unduly mic cords, random furniture, carpets, and so forth, that gave night music its characteristic casual jam session look." Yeah, that was a great show. It was only on, I think, for 2 seasons, sponsored by Michelob. A lot of places put it on a Sunday night at 11:30. A lot of people went on there. Miles played on that show. Sun Ra. I think Sun Ra. Yeah. my memory kind of melds these things together sometimes. But yeah, not too many shows like that on American television. That's why it really stands out. And of course, Dave Sanborn, fantastic musician, very distinctive. I have a track I put up not long ago, interestingly, from the Mount Fuji Jazz Festival, where Dizzy Gillespie and Wynton Marsalis played together. Mark Jackson Turner commented, "Wynton, the most lyrical use of a plunger mute that I've ever heard." Yeah. Here's one from, I did a video with Bob Crenshaw. Bob Crenshaw was a good friend of mine. I met him when I was working with Sonny Rollins, producing a lot of videos for him. Of course, I knew Bob's music. One of the first jazz records I ever got, Lee Morgan, the Sidewinder, had Bob Crenshaw on bass, and then, of course, Bob's work with Sonny Rollins. And Bob was a wonderful human being as well. He was the kind of guy who would give you the shirt off his back, or in this case, the bass off his back. He had a couple extra basses just to lend to people. And he helped people out with their royalties at the union. So I did a video with Bob, and Atheist Asylum, interesting name, says, "Bless your heart and family." Yeah, we miss Bob. He passed away a few years ago from cancer. Let's see, I'm going to do one more here. Last year, after Chick passed, I guess was it this year or last year? I can't even keep track anymore. When you get older, sometimes time is like in those old movies when they wanted to show the passage of time, the pages of a calendar would rip off there. That's how I feel about life sometimes. It's just passing. Anyway, I found a really nice performance from Norwegian television where Chick played 500 Miles High in an early incarnation of the Return to Forever band in the early 70s. And Matthias Drummond says, "I'm crying." Yeah, we miss Chick. Beautiful spirit, credible musician. Thankfully, he left us with an incredible legacy. Well, that's it for now. This has been Comments. Please look at some of the videos that the comments were made on. I've left some links here for you to check out. And appreciate your support of my channel. Please leave me your comments. I love to read them. Maybe you'll end up here on the show. So please take care, stay healthy, and blessings to your families.